the most important political and social leader of the end of the 18th century, Abdul Qadir Khan, who leads an anti-slavery movement in the 1770s. His principal teacher of Islamic law and theology is a woman, Khadija Binti Muhammad al-Daimaniya. When Sheikha Mariama Niasse passed away in late 2020, may God have mercy upon her and be well pleased with her. She was eulogized by Sheikh Mahi Sise as having not been surpassed by any person in the past, alive in the past century, with the possible exception of her father, Sheikh Ibrahim Niasse, is the way that Sheikh Mahi put it. And then he elaborated and said, not surpassed just in terms of her commitment to the Quran, because Sheikha Mariam taught a Quran school from 1952 until she passed away in 2020. But he said in piety, in good judgment, and knowledge of that which is beneficial. So just understand that this is paradigmatic in West African Islamic education, that women will fulfill this role. And I often mention that while there is a narrow range of ritual responsibilities that are restricted to men, leading prayer in mixed gender congregations, serving as imam in a mosque, that with respect to scholarly and spiritual authority, there are no stations that are open to a man that are closed to a female. And West African traditional Islamic scholarship is the place that best exemplifies that. Bamba's life and his teaching of his own daughters, Muslimatu Mbake, Maimunatu Mbake, both become really important scholars writing Wolof language, verse, history, praise poetry, and they're important cultural figures. And of course, his own mother, the oldest surviving poem that we have of Bamba is praise poetry for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, wherein he then says a prayer upon the soul of his mother, Sheikha Mariama Bousso. Mariam was her name. Mame Diarra is her honorific title. It means grandmother Jaratullah. Jaratullah is the one who lives in proximity to God, and she was named for the Virgin Mary. And as it happens, in our second work, we translated some lines from Bamba's poetry, and I'd like to spend just 15 seconds reciting the poem, what he says. The prayer for his mother's soul in Sindidi, the poem that he writes in her honor when she passes away when he's around 13 or 14 years old. He says, reflecting upon the specter of death, he says, make death restful and joyful, free of all evil, constraint and distress, O Allah. Safeguard my body when the spirit departs me, spare me harm in the grave, O Allah. Be my aid and companion when my body is buried and I'm all alone, O Allah. And please don't inter me with things that I dread. Instead, shield me from fright, O Allah. Please deliver me, save all of the Muslims, and deliver my mother, Allah. Forgive and treat her with kindness and veil all our vices the day of the crisis, Allah. Treat her with impunity and grant us your pity. You're all that we have, O Allah. In the barzakh and grave, please be our aid. Spare us dread and distress, O Allah. And test her no more than she can sustain. Let her hopes not be in vain, O Allah. Quench her thirst and ours with the fount of Kawthar from the best of creation, Allah. Who guided by righteousness vanquish the faithless. Aid to those who revere you, Allah. Muhammad the chosen, guide to your endless garden on the day of the torment, Allah. Always and forever, prayers and peace upon him and all who fear judgment, Allah. So this is the words of a 14-year-old young man, praying to God for the soul of his righteous mother, his teacher, and an established scholar and saint in her own right. And just as Sheikha Angelica put it, modeling for us what the appropriate relationship ought to be between believing men and believing women.